The European Union could face a rise in demands for Swexit, as one expert told Express. Sweden is waiting to see how the UK fares post-Brexit. The UK's departure from the EU marked a historic moment in the history of the bloc, and sparked speculation over who could leave next. No Eurosceptic movements have built the sort of momentum that figures in the UK achieved, but an expert on Swedish politics believes a successful Brexit could turn heads in Stockholm. Michael Sundström told Express.co.uk that if the UK's departure from the EU works out, politicians in Sweden may try to capitalise. He said, Brexit itself and what it's done to the country, the polarisation of the UK, it's put many Eurosceptic politicians in a pause because they don't want anything like that. If Brexit is a success, however, maybe there will be a resurgence of Euroscepticism. Although at this point I have to say it has quietened down all the Euroscepticism that is out there. Mr. Sundström believes Sweden's economy is too small to cope outside the EU, an issue that deters Swedes from demanding Swexit. He added, the UK was a more difficult partner to the EU than Sweden can be. There is no question of Sweden managing economically outside the EU. We have much more to lose. The UK is a big economy, a global power in many respects. But Sweden is a small export-dependent country, we simply have to align with EU countries. Mr. Sundström added that the EU's vaccine crisis could also see Eurosceptic figures in Sweden attempt to capitalize if the crisis is prolonged beyond the end of this year. However, he said if we get back to normality by 2021, then the attention will return to normal issues, and won't affect the election next year. Mr. Sundström also highlighted that the Sweden Democrats, a far-right anti-EU party in the country, supported many of the government's measures, so may struggle to make political gains from the pandemic. Sweden's response to the crisis has received criticism. The country didn't implement a full lockdown early on in the pandemic. A Swedish government-appointed commission's report in December slammed the authorities' failure to protect the elderly from COVID-19. Mr. Sundström also described Sweden's concerns post-Brexit, saying the country will miss the UK and it was an important ally for Stockholm. He added, clearly Sweden is missing the UK more than most, because the UK and Sweden were very well aligned on a number of issues. Now Sweden no longer has that really powerful ally, so Sweden is missing out more than most on British support.